Folks, it's 22:23 on 11/12/2022, and a very dangerous line of storms here approaching Tamworth, going through this area, and are headed this way. And looks to me like the main line has its sights set on Tari as this storm slides in. A bit of a cuts occurring here over Tamworth, and they seem to blur a bit of the feed out as it's going over the station, which is indicative often of a beaming event. A lot of streams getting inundated right now as they head toward Tamworth. I'm going to do a volume check here in a moment, so somebody type me a comment about that. I didn't like the last one. It was still too fuzzy, but I'm happier than I was. This is a hail dropper. This is a tornado maker. When it frees itself into the flat land here, that's when she's really going to cut loose. And this is the end that's got the hook in it the most that I've been watching. Yeah, you see it as it spits off little tendrils to the top. It's very dangerous. So it's throwing upper level stuff into there, and it's causing a lot of lightning. So you're in for a day. Unplug your big appliances. You don't want to have any issues. If you're charging an electric something, don't. Right, because the surges and stuff have been caused fires and some things. Watch your air fryers. Been having issues I've been reading about. So that's headed that direction. Have another big cell. That's way up here. Oh, a little all by its own. Headed right for Charlieville, and it's dead on going. And earlier this week they was predicting a straight line swath of very heaviness, and this just looks odd. Just does to me. So I had just loaded up to have a look. What did they blow up that's giving that shape to the clouds? Because here's Charlieville. So what we're looking for is just to the west of it. And here you go. There's the boom plumes blowing up. Look at the turn on the clouds here. This is a total geostorm. There's no doubt about it. Your eyes are telling you that. The storm itself is not an oddness. Shouldn't be there. But there it is. The lone wolf headed toward the convergence of a river. Where you want to pre-flood something to get everything running so that later on you can have a very devastating flood. Because there's a land grab going on. Yep. And there's heavy lightning here heading there. St. George just got impacted. But this is kind of coming there more. Now, you ain't done. And the bombs are going to decide it all. The bombs decide it all. So that's this area here is under current targets of the chem bombardiers. A big square over here, right north of Tamworth, where this big line is. That's going to fuel the outflow for these storms to allow the winds to rush in where it needs to go. A big bell end and shooting knife over there. Oh God, he's crude. I'm going to try different distances from the mic. So this is what it is. I'm going to try to do a quick capture. We got to get the warning out to the people on the line of those two storms I just showed you. Look at this chemtrail line. So that's going to pin that to that. EMF's going to be free to fuel both sides of that. In Charlieville, this is going to be a dangerous one that you're setting loose into this direction. Yep, and all that's going to slide like that. If the beam stays on here, it'll skirt Lismore. If it doesn't, it's coming right on in. And all that's being decided down here on the low deck right now. And it looks like you got the beam on. The beam is on. Not too hard though, but they're definitely putting everything, the catalyst in the sky. You see them three right there? I think it's important I leave the town names up right now, so you guys can get a really good glimpse of what's coming your way and how to spot the chem-bomination of it. Why is that acting funny? Oh, because I'm pushing the wrong key. The control button. Let's roll this a bit so it clears up. Sinister music, Simon Bar Sinister. Penelope Pitstop, the Anthill Mob, Dastardly and Muttley, Boy, the values they try to teach us in cartoons. Wacky and Bullwinkle. Bomb formation. So that'll start swirling. That'll end up being a spit. Boy, is this going to be a bad cell. This one will be rotating. When those two meet, the energy of the toe is going to kick this one into high gear. It ain't a weak one itself. Look at the bombs underneath fueling the outflow. The nudge move to make sure this turns into the out one, colliding all the particulates together to get that hail to fall. You're going to have it. Guard your greenhouse, cover your car. The chem-bams are out there. Look at that. In Vernell, man, you're in the sights. You are definitely in the sights. So this is sliding on that direction. And this will eventually become a complete line of storms. And when it does, the electricity is going to kick off even higher. At least it's daytime. And this one's going to kick tornadic activity off as it hits into this flats. The energies from this lake might be enough to do it. It'll have an effect to try to clear the top of that, which is going to hold up the beam and back this into here. The lake effect. Will Grafton beam. I don't want to know nothing about that. It's on, but it's not on enough to hold the moisture off. That's just energizing. And well, either they ain't sharing the data, or all those beams are off right now, and this is all free to come to the shore. There's your only corridor right there. And boy, is that going to cut loose when it gets over to here. That's not good at all. Let's confirm that with another sigh. National Lopi compliments of the Bureau of Morons. Now they're beaming. They're beaming hard in a direction like this. They've made a corridor that actually has allowed the moisture to come into the northern rivers. See the corridor there? See that there? When I go back up, you've seen it more. The corridor's here. She can slide right on in there. Right on in. Just a little black here. Not much. This needs to beam harder, and that'll protect this whole corner. But if they do that, it's going to cause a spin here. It's got nowhere to go. They had to leave it and out. They don't want that mixing with that. That has to cut here independent to spin in that downflow off the shore, so the rest of the system can connect. Oh, then they'll cut that loose and suck down the next to the north, and that'll inundate this area here. And they're already beaming, setting that up. Well, there it was right there. Bzzz, the wicked glitch rides again. Let's have a look at the broomstick. Boom, 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 boom. The flying monkeys are releasing the chem bombs, huh? They're flinging their shit at you. What a fucking shame. Beaming your own demise. Yeah, that corridor is there. Right through here. They've created an out right through here. What a fucking shame. That pretty much says it all. The flow will have a natural tendency to want to curve down that way. There might even be a flow already created, which is going to take it through Warwick, Woodenbine, and the towns along here. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I don't like pointing a finger at Ballina either. So, we don't want Ballina to get the Ballenda, so looks like I'm going to have an up night tonight. I'll nap and be back. There's your quick report. Big love, stay safe, peace.